Hey guys, it is Rebecca here from Eat Crunchy, and I've got Lisa and Heidi. We are excited to be with you today. Our topic today is we want to talk about how do you ride the wave of motivation to have some success. But kind of before we jump into that, wanted to just recognize a shout out to Candace and to Kim for your support on Facebook. Thank you so much for your kind words. We really appreciate it.
We get so excited when there's a message or when there's a comment.
We get really excited. So Nathan, also thank you as well for your comments. So, okay, so motivation can come all at once. It's something that can build up. So I guess what I wanted to start off with is when you have not been motivated for a time, but you start to feel a little bit of motivation, what do you do to kind of capitalize on that, and how do you keep that going?
So when you mentioned this topic, yesterday was going to be our topic, I've been thinking about it all night, and I feel like this little bit of shame, as if I feel like it's intended as a positive topic, by the way of motivation. But I feel like some people just get motivated and they make a goal and they just do it. And so to have these moments of lack of motivation, and for me, I feel like I'm often more unmotivated than I am motivated. Right. I feel like this embarrassment that why can't I do this?
Yeah.
So.
Well, and so part of why I was bringing this up as a topic, so I had, holidays, the plague, dental work, all those things that we were dealing with. And then New Year's, and I love new starts, new beginnings. And so I got really excited about the things that we were going to be doing. And then I noticed that I wasn't really putting into place the goals that I had. And so I was trying to figure out what do I need to do to get my head back in the game. And I noticed that I was having these small little nuggets of motivation, but I wasn't having this all-encompassing feeling of this is what we've got to do. And so there were certain things that I was kind of working on to build up, and I'll share some of those. But it made me wonder if there are other people that were having that same experience where you weren't having all the motivation, but you were having these moments, these pieces of motivation, and how do you kind of expand those?
I was thinking about this too, like Heidi said, after you said that we were going to talk about it. And it occurred to me that, so I think, all the times when you have there's a diet plan or something, and they say you're going to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week or 2 to 3 pounds a week. And I've always focused on sort of how much I was going to lose, but I didn't realize before that I think that there's false advertising, this concept of a week. Nobody loses, when you have a lot to lose, 1 to 2 pounds a week every single week until they've lost the weight. That is just not true. You lose, you gain. You have ups, you have downs. It's a cycle. And what you hope is that over time you have more lost weeks than gain weeks. But the fact is you will lose sometimes and you will gain sometimes and you will plateau sometimes. And in a long journey, it is not humanly possible to just lose this mythical, consistent 1 to 2 pounds a week. It just does not exist. So just coming to terms with that and recognizing that and just saying, okay, so where am I in the cycle? Am I in the up? Am I in the down? Am I in the plateau? And then there's a strategy, I think, for each of those moments, right? And Rebecca, to your point, if you're in that moment where you're up or you're on your way up or something, then yeah, go for it. Let that be a highway loss week. Let that be a week where you really get those steps or do whatever and try to expand that moment as long as possible. And if you're having a different moment, a little bit of malaise, I've been feeling kind of maybe exhaustion, or you've been down a little bit, then there's strategies for that as well. I guess that was sort of the thought that I had, that it's not that you're on or off, and we have to stop this mindset of I'm on, I'm good, I'm down, I'm bad. It's not like that. It's a natural human thing to have ups and downs, and this journey will simply have them, and we just have to deal with them.
I think for
There's
me...
my soapbox on that.
I on that concept, I think for me, that my motivation this time is different. Normally I would wait for an emotional motivation. I'm excited, I'm motivated to do this, but for me, I feel like I've gotten logically motivated. Logically, I know that this works, and so even though I may not be emotionally motivated, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Not that I make perfect choices all the time, because I don't, but
right.
But I'm gonna meal prep on Sunday anyway, even though I don't feel emotionally motivated to do this right now, though I really just want to eat, a pound of M&Ms and followed by Little Debbie's. and movie popcorn. But like the point is like I feel like for me there was a different type of motivation.
Well, and I think that's one of those great things that comes over time. Like I wrote a post this week about how like defaulting to healthy habits because you've just been doing it for so long that it just you don't reach for the Little Debbie's. And, oh man, I wish we reached for Little Debbie's still. That was really a fun time. No, but and Heidi, I just wonder if it's related. Like once you've sort of got a program and you've been working it for a long time, it becomes this mental
becomes your habit.
It's your habit. And hopefully, we don't brush our teeth when we get excited about it. We do it because we know we need to do it every day. And I think it's a great step to have, health be something, or the healthy habits be something that's just normal. I think that's great.
Well, and I think I had kind of a similar experience with that the last few weeks as I've been trying to expand these glimmers of hope that I've been having, these little nuggets of motivation, in that I tend to overanalyze and overthink things sometimes, and being able to just do it. So like I had the other day, I was at work and I had this urge to exercise. I just wanted to move and I wanted to listen to music, but I was at work and I thought, you know what? I can get up and go on a walk right now. So I went up and I walked around the building, and I didn't change into workout clothes and go to a gym and make a whole thing of it. I took 10 minutes right then to move, and I felt like it was helpful. And then that meant that, later I was able to go, work out for 20 minutes. And then that led to healthier food choices. And, as I was wanting to have a loss this week and making food choices about what can help with that, rather than letting myself kind of feed into that discouragement, because it's right there too. I have nuggets of discouragement, just like I have nuggets of motivation. Choosing food that is going to promote that motivation. So I had some spaghetti squash and, some vegetables and things like that.
I think when I finally come around to being emotionally motivated, that's the time that I'm excited about trying new recipes. That's when I meal plan. That's when I'll pack snacks and lunches for the next few days. And so yesterday I was feeling emotionally motivated. I sat down and I have 4 recipes that are all new recipes that are Weight Watchers friendly, that I, for dinner. I wrote out, and because I've written it all out, I've written out my shopping list. I'm going to get it. I'm going to meal plan. I'm going to make it because that's what I have planned. So it's almost like I waited for that moment to happen, rather than just being like, okay, well, what can I make from the pantry that may not be Weight Watchers friendly, but at least my kids will be happy.
Yeah.
I like Rebecca, I like what you said too, because I was thinking, like, how many times have I gotten excited about, like, okay, I'm going to be healthy, and then I'm like, all right, well, let me plan it, and let me, like, go sit down at a big restaurant and have my last meal, and then, like, write everything out, or, like, oh, I want to start exercising. Okay, well, do I have the right gear?
Have
I picked the time? And then it's like
how many times have I bought the right gear?
And nothing's happened because I'm in plan mode and not in action mode.
As opposed to just getting up and doing it.
Yeah. Well, and doing little things where you can do it. If it means you're running in place, then run in place. It means you're grabbing an apple, then grab the apple.
Yeah.
Because this is possible, and we can do this, and you're not alone in the process. And it's worthwhile, but it takes effort. And so doing the things when you have the motivation to do that. And kind of along those lines, I got a message this week from a friend. So I did something that I felt was a little bit brave this week, and that I kind of came out as fat to my family.
Oh my gosh.
I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but I have this belief system that if I didn't tell people,
nobody would know.
They wouldn't notice. And so, like, we've been doing this blog and this podcast, and I hadn't told my family or friends because I was embarrassed. And I finally, like, let people know that. I got a really positive response, of course, because people care about you. But one of my friends sent this message. She said, "You and your sisters have inspired me. I binge listened to all y'all's podcasts. Y'all are amazing. I did Weight Watchers years ago with success, but I quit because of life and stuff. I decided to do online membership again, maybe switch to meetings later. I need to study how to work this new program, so it's going to take some time to get back into the swing." And then she talked a little bit more about it being helpful hearing about our accomplishments and what we were doing. So thank you, first of all, for your note. I appreciated that. But I think that that's part of it too, is being around other people that are motivated, listening to things that help you to be motivated. Hopefully our podcast can help with some of that. Going to meetings and doing other things. For me, listening to certain types of music helps me to be motivated. You know, prayer helps me to be motivated. Doing things that help you to feel like you're connected with your purpose and your meaning and your why, I think, can be helpful.
I love that. And I did not. So Rebecca, she posted on Facebook, and she was very kind to like not tag us just in case we weren't comfortable. And
we weren't ready to come
I'm
out.
not there yet. Everyone still
They're
thinks
still
I'm skinny. They haven't figured it out yet.
Not that we don't have like 100 shared friends and family.
I know. That's true.
Well, and that's what I realized is that it's not a surprise to my family and my friends that I'm overweight. It is a surprise that I'm working on it. I do feel like it does take some courage to be able to say, I'm willing to talk with you about this, rather than please never mention my weight because I'm scared to death and I'm ashamed, you know?
Yeah.
And so it took several weeks that I've been thinking about this and pondering it and praying about it. And I just, am really grateful for my family and friends and for their support. And, for all of you guys, for all those of you that listen to us and comment on our Facebook page or on our website, please continue to message us. Shoot us an email at
it's eatcrunchyblog@gmail.com.
Or comment on our Facebook page, or go to our website, eatcrunchy.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your support. You've got this. You can do this. Stay motivated. We'll see you next time.